Gentlemen, start your engines. NFL Divisional Round football is here, but if you haven't checked out PubSportsRadio.com or even yet my Pub Sports Radio plays of the day, 6 straight winners, 12-5 overall in our last 17 videos, which are the only 17 videos that we did. We are going to have some fun 3-0 this week in college basketball, but it's time to get back to the NFL and Divisional Round football. Today's Saturday. You have 2 games. First game, Minnesota and San Francisco. Good game, nice little appetizer, but we're going to focus a little bit more here on the nightcap in the Charm City between the Tennessee Titans and the Baltimore Ravens. Lamar Jackson getting another crack at the playoffs. Nobody really been able to stop the MVP this year for the Baltimore Ravens, but Tennessee, an impressive victory over the New England Patriots in Foxborough last week. Let's get into the crux of these numbers here. I like what Tennessee did this year. It's impressive, especially after Ryan Tannehill was inserted as the starting quarterback after a shutout loss to the Denver Broncos. They've been upping the tempo on offense with a power running game, good offensive line, and getting timely play from Ryan Tannehill, a quarterback, and also a decent set of wide receivers. But when you look at the Baltimore Ravens, what's not to like about them this year? Absolutely detonating just about everybody they play, and the clear-cut favorite not only to win the AFC, but probably win the Super Bowl. If we take a look at some of the angles that we like in this game. First of all, looking at the overall numbers, full game opened up at -10. You're seeing 9.5 creep across the board. The over-under in this football game, which opened at 48, Offshore Pinnacle showing a 48, but also 47 and 47.5 are showing up. So obviously, always shop around to get the best possible number. Weather conditions aren't going to be any problem tonight. It doesn't look like any rate in the forecast. Winds anywhere between 10 to 15 miles an hour, and a nice balmy night here in January. In the middle of January? Come on, 62, 63 degrees at kickoff. These two teams should have no problems executing their game plans, and that's going to be the key, because what we want to focus on here, not so much the full game. I'm going to look more towards the first half of this ball game. If we take a look, and sometimes you can't take the overall season and take a look at those numbers. You have to chop it down to what makes sense at this time in the playoffs. What I'd like to look for the Baltimore Ravens, obviously, is how they performed once their defense got healthy and made the move to get Marcus Peters at cornerback, matched up with Jimmy Smith. Since doing that in the New England Patriots game, which they won fairly easily, look at these numbers I'm going to give you over those next games. New England, Cincinnati, Houston, the Rams, 49ers, Bills, Jets, Browns, and the Pittsburgh Steelers. They've averaged giving up 14 points per game. And catch this, 262 yards per game. They have been absolutely elite on defense. Now, when we take a look and flip it over to what I like here in the first half, look at the Ravens over that same time period in the first half. 9-0 straight up. That means they've had the lead every single time at halftime. If you take the numbers into play, and even using a Week 17 game where they played their backups, 18-7 is the average margin of victory for the Baltimore Ravens over the first half in their past 9 games since their defense again got healthy and got Jimmy Smith and also Marcus Peters tagged up. If you take a look at the Tennessee Titans, conversely, 4-3-3 straight up with an average margin of losing by 12.8 to 10.3 in the first half. The Ravens are rested. The Ravens are ready. The Tennessee Titans had to go into New England. A huge game for Vrabel, who played there and won Super Bowls under Bill Belichick. You take that deep breath, and then you got to go on the road to play the best team in the NFL. If you take a look at some odds out here, the best number I got was at DraftKings in New Jersey, -5.5, -112 for the first half. We're going to make that our Pub Sports Radio play of the day and get lucky number 7 in a row. The Baltimore Ravens first half, -5.5, -112. I would take it up to 6, but don't play it above the 6.5, just in case you get up 7 points, you have a missed extra point. It's nice with the 5.5 because you can theoretically win by 2 field goals by Tucker in the first half, 13-7. That covers, but if you get the 6, obviously that pushes. I like this game a lot. Let's go ahead with it, make our Pub Sports Radio play of the day. If you haven't done so yet, subscribe to the channels, turn your notifications on to get these plays, because we'll be back at it tomorrow. But tonight, we're going to have some fun in the nightcap in the Charm City. Baltimore Ravens, -5.5, -112, your Pub Sports Radio play of the day. I'm Donnie Seymour. Good luck on your wager tonight.